All right, everybody. Welcome to. This is not the. Well, this is. I guess you could call this the currently unnamed podcast in a more literal sense. This is not the actual podcast that we did before called the currently unnamed podcast. This is a podcast we're doing that we don't actually have a name for.
Until.
Now, okay, so we had a poll on Twitter. It seemed that there was a tie between two names. The Book Club and the CJ Taste. I'm going to flip this coin. Heads is for CJ Taste and tails is for Book Club. So we're going to decide right here at the start of the episode what the name of the podcast is going to be. And even though it's not that surprising because you're going to read the video title and know what we decided on, we thought it'd be a fun activity.
Didn't even think about that. I
didn't either until literally just 2 seconds ago.
We're like, shit, they're gonna know.
Okay, 3, 2, 1. It is heads. We are called the CJ Taste.
Woo! Yes, not the book club. Woo!
Yeah, Book Club was kind of a shitty name. I just thought it'd be funny.
It would be the CJ Taste. Number one, the CJ Taste.
The CJ Taste.
We are live.
CJ Taste.
Yes.
We are live. And this, I guess, is as good a time as any. I guess this is as good as time of any for me to introduce. After he's already posted, I think more videos in the last couple months than I have in my entire 3 years on this channel. Introduce our new member of the channel, Jackson.
Hello! Welcome. It's not like I've been the most active person on this channel anyways.
Yeah. You know, I figured I might as well bring on some fresh meat so I can still have the right to call this Guys with a Channel.
Lonely guy with a channel.
Yeah. The Lonely Island shit. I tried. Never mind.
The loneliest of islands.
Yeah. So basically, what we thought we'd do for the first episode, we don't actually know what this podcast is gonna be.
It's gonna be different, I think, every time. Like movie trailers, game trailers, talking about games, talking about movies, talking about life. I feel like it's gonna be jumping all over. Guests here and there. Have some friends,
we'll have people on.
Pop in and out.
Some people you've seen on the channel.
Yeah.
Maybe some new faces.
Trying to bring the most enjoyable content.
It's basically just a nothing podcast, which is, I know, what everybody loves listening to. A podcast that has absolutely no idea what it is or what it's doing. But, you know, that's what we love doing. It's just it represents just having a good time with the boys. When you're hanging out with the boys, you don't really know like what the plan is or what you guys are getting up to. You're just hanging out with the boys.
You just snuggle with them and give them a good night kiss. That's all you need. That's all the homies need.
You know, it's you just gotta remember the golden rule. It's not gay if you're hetero.
It's not gay if you're just hetero. It's not gay unless the tips touch. Sally told me that once.
Sally. Oh man, that Sally, she was a card.
She was a card. Back in Nam. That would be
okay. So yeah, what we thought we'd do for this first episode is just kind of let you guys know who we are, what we do. I mean, not really introduce ourselves, so to speak, because I don't think we could fill a whole time like that. But what I did, I compiled a list of icebreaker questions to ask here, and we shall do that.
Oh yeah, it sounds good. I mean, like, the channel doesn't know me. Like, they're unknown.
Exactly.
This is the first time hearing them. They don't know. They're like, who the heck is you, Clay? You're the new member of the...
Well, maybe they know of me, but they don't know me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we're gonna get into some deep shit.
Yeah, we're gonna get to know each other, and you guys are gonna get to know us in the process. It works. It works out well.
Clay, what's your address?
I don't. So it's 145 Doodle Street.
Doodle Street.
So, I don't have an order for these questions. I just wrote down a bunch of them. So
Just
I
ring them
guess,
off. Let's just. I think.
yeah, I guess I'll just read them in order of what I've got here.
Yeah.
Okay, this is not a great one to start with, but it's the first one I wrote down for some reason. What is the one article of clothing that someone could wear that would make you walk out on a date with them?
Any article of clothing? Oh my god. Like just like a piece of clothing, not like a specific, like not like a graphic on a T-shirt, but like shit. A bandana. Mine's a mine's a bandana. If someone comes in here with a bandana, you're not my type. I'm out. Like I don't care. There's no need for us to do this.
Uh, mine's not really a super traditional one. I think it's not really an article of clothing. It's more of like a like part of someone's body if they choose. And there'll just be a lot of tattoos. It's like I don't mind
Sleeves are a
tattoos, but just like
turn-off.
a lot of them is just there's
Yeah,
something
I feel
about
that.
that just kind of turns me off.
Yeah, sleeves. Like if a girl has sleeves, or like a Ben Affleck dragon tattoo, I'm out. Like, let's be completely honest. No chance if you got a
Yeah.
drag, because it's not. That's not even a good tattoo. That is some garbage for a man who's got
Yeah,
money.
no, it's just
Horrible.
awful. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Um,
bandana and tattoos. Those are the
bandana and
is
tattoos.
what we would
Okay.
say.
Yes, that's our decision. Well, my actual answer was just anything at all, but I had to pick a real answer. Um, so okay, the zombie apocalypse is coming. What's your weapon of choice?
Weapon of choice. See, I got like a few. Automatically, I go straight to melee weapon because you don't want that gun. You like guns are nice against other humans, other survivors. Got to take them out quick, and they
Mm-hmm.
might have guns. But like in the long run, you want yourself to have a machete, a fire axe,
Yeah.
a hatchet.
Yeah, you want to look cool while you're doing
I
it.
I like a machete would be cool, but like I feel like an axe has more potential because you can chop down trees with it. Like
Yeah.
if you're Abraham Lincoln, did you know this, guys? He could chop down a tree in one swipe. Just a fun fact about the 16th president.
He was also a vampire hunter.
Yep, that is true. I just watched the
That
movie. That
movie
was
was
a
actually a documentary.
yeah, that was a documentary. They had cameras back then. Hope you know that. It was the CIA who actually created the camera in 1776. Why do you think that the picture of George Washington in the boat's real?
Yeah, I can't refute that. But here's the thing. There's something about that though, because that actually is a painting. Because the painting is him crossing the Delaware. But here's the thing: Delaware is not actually a real place.
It's a creation by the CIA.
Think no. It's like to avoid. It's a creation from Philadelphia to avoid taxes and all that. But just think about it. When was the last time you met somebody from Delaware?
I honestly have not ever met anyone from Delaware
Exactly.
because they do not exist. They don't. They don't exist. And if you're from Delaware on this channel, I'm sorry, but you just don't exist. So just leave a like for that to show us you exist.
Yeah. Delaware's not real. It's just a place that was made up. It's actually territory of It's territory of Philadelphia. I think people would be better to recognize that.
It's where your dead dog goes. When your mom says the dog went to a better place, they're in Delaware. Oh, but that's not a better place.
Yeah, no, that'd be an awful place. Um, I think my weapon of choice would be facts and logic. That's how I destroy all my enemies. I don't see how zombies would be much different.
Just
Espe- es- Especially when they have no brains, because that's why zombies want to eat brains. They don't have any. So I'm going to destroy them with facts and logic that they can't even remotely comprehend.
But what if you make them more powerful by giving them facts and logic, and they build a government and an army?
Well, guess what? They'll be so thankful for me for doing that I will become the king of the zombies.
Clay,
the zombie apocalypse will become my weapon against the zombie apocalypse.
Oh my god. That should have been.
Think about how fucking awesome that'd be.
That would be a great game.
Where you just control zombies. That would be cool, actually.
Yeah, and you have to like kill survivors.
Yeah, you're the king of the zombies, and you're trying to take down the rest of the survivors.
You're literally the Night King.
Yeah, I was gonna say they could throw in like a Game of Thrones Night King DLC.
That would be dope.
That would be dope. So, what is the worst style choice you ever made?
Worst style choice I've ever made? Oh man.
Yes,
So, as like in middle school, I always wore like Nike shorts and like athletic clothing, but they were always like neon colors. I didn't even know what colors went together, so I'd have like bright green pants and like a orange t-shirt. Stick out like a fucking ugly ass thumb. It was so bad. I look back at that, I'm like, oh god, I need some actual style.
Yeah. I do remember a little bit of that, but I think you can definitely remember this one. I used to wear sweatpants, I think, every single time I left the house.
Sweatpants?
And yeah.
Oh, that's basically what I do now. I always wear sweatpants. Sweatpants are comfy though.
I mean, I like wearing sweatpants around the house just because they're comfortable, but just leaving the house in sweatpants, like, unless I'm just going to walk to the store or something, I don't really care. But in any other instance, when I'm like actually going out somewhere, like, I am not wearing sweatpants.
I don't usually wear.
A lot of the time, it doesn't look.
I don't usually wear sweatpants when I go out with friends.
Yeah, me neither.
Tips, guys. Only wear Speedo on dates. Crush the girls.
Yeah, just pull a Lizzo and just wear just a giant thong dress everywhere you go.
That was nasty.
Even if it's like a kid's sports event.
All right, what's the next? Oh wait, did you say yours? Yeah, you said sweatpants. I said just neon clothes.
Like neon sportswear and sweatpants.
Yeah, that was flashbacks, PTSD.
In a similar you can still hear the screams.
No, not the neon pants.
You're like standing up and like talking to somebody at like a party or something. All of a sudden you get like a head rush and you have to sit down. And they're like, "What's wrong?" And you're just like, "Neon sweatpants."
And I sit her down. Story time. That'd be hilarious.
It's time I tell you a little story, babe.
Oh my.
She keeps like checking her watch. Okay. In a similar vein, what was the worst haircut you ever had?
Buzz cut, no doubt. It's not even a debate. My hair is fire now. Don't even want to hear it.
See, I would have said buzz cut because I got one when I was like 7, but so the last couple years I've been trying to grow my hair out and just make it longer.
Mullet.
And well, we'll get there. So I was growing my hair out, and then one day my mom surprise attacked me, and she was like, "You're getting a haircut." And I just kind of went like, "Oh, fucking okay." So we went to the place, and the dude sits me down, and he asks, "What do you want?" And I just say like, "Oh, trim a little off the front, trim a little off the back, but keep it long, and cut down the sides." And you hit the nail right on the head. He gave me a fucking mullet. And it was awful. I remember as well, like, I went back to my mom and dad, and they were just like, "Yeah, no, that looks horrible." And because it was that was on a Sunday, and school was just coming up right after that, so they were like, okay, well, we can't take you during the week because we're both busy during work and all the haircut places close like really soon, so you'll just have to wait it out a week. And I thought, okay, maybe no one will notice. It's not like that obvious of a mullet. But literally every single fucking person that I had talked to at any point during the week was like, what's with the mullet? It was so
Do you have a
fucking
picture
frustrating.
of this mullet? Because I think...
I don't.
Damn. Bro, why doesn't your parents take a
Unfortunately.
picture? That would... Bro, maybe I'm an awful parent, but, like, I would ruin my kid's life when he brought a girl over and be like, he had a mullet. What a fool.
Yeah, no, I mean, I know I'll definitely do that to my kid, but fucking, it was so distressing in the moment.
Yeah.
There was another instance as well fairly recently where my dad was like, okay, here, pick out a hairstyle from these like long hairstyles on Google Images, and then I picked one that I liked, and we took it to the guy, and he was like, oh, we didn't go back to the same guy who gave me the mullet because we thought, fuck that. But we took it to another guy, and we thought, oh, this guy gets like good ratings. Let's take it here. And then we took it to him, and he's like, yeah, your hair's actually not long enough for this, so we're just gonna trim it down for now, and I'm gonna leave it long at the front so you can keep growing it out. And I was like, oh, okay. So weirdly enough, the first thing he does is blow dries it, even though the whole point of cutting hair is that it's supposed to be wet. So he blow dries it, and then starts cutting it. And then I'm starting to get worried because he doesn't leave anything at the back. He basically just cuts the whole thing. And I do actually have a picture of this one, so I think I might post a picture of it as the thing for this episode. And eventually, we're getting to a point where I'm starting to wonder, like, is he just going to take it all off? Which at this point would have been better than what he actually did. Because he eventually finishes, he blow dries it again, and then he shows it to me, and it just looks weirdly tall. Something about it just looked really weird.
Yeah.
And then it honestly might have been worse than the mullet.
Oh, God.
And I had to force like a smile and just being like, yeah, it looks good. And then as soon as we left, my dad's like, looks good. I'm like, Dad, I look like Hillary fucking Clinton. Please do not tell me that I look good.
Oh my God.
It was so, like, I don't know why. I just have horrible luck with trying to keep my hair long.
I can't. I had buzz cut. I just knew buzz cut was straight for me because I had it for so long, and I was like, oh. I was just like, I didn't even like really think about like styling hair until I was in high school, and I was like, oh, buzz cut, who cares, right? Nope.
Even then, like, it was late in my high school. Like, I think I started at the end of 11th grade. So, I got there super late to actually trying to style my hair, and you know, I've learned it's pretty difficult.
Yeah, I have a fade, and that's about it. I got my hair clay, and that's about all I need. I just hair clay and comb.
I mean, for some people, that is all you need. Who was your childhood actor/actress crush?
Actor is crush?
I think we can both confidently say it would be actress.
But as a child? Female crush as a child. I feel like it changed a lot, but there's like a few names that like bam, like ring up.
Mine, it's a little specific. Mine was Revenge of the Sith, Natalie Portman.
That is, well, mine. Okay, if I actually no, mine are very specific. Not as specific because they're in multiple movies as the same character, but I think the first Transformers, Megan Fox.
Oh, dude, that was everybody's childhood crush.
Like, you know when she's like fixing like looking at the engine of the car.
Oh, and
Best scene
she's
in the whole
wearing
movie.
jean shorts.
That's the best literally best scene in the whole movie. I'm done. Like after that, like
That's the best scene in the whole Transformers franchise.
no, the best scene in the whole trilogy, besides that, is the end credits at the end of the trilogy. Because we got
I didn't
away
realize
from
there
it.
was an end credit scene.
No, there wasn't. It was just the end. It was just black. I was like, yes.
Oh.
It is
Yeah,
finally
the
over.
best scene in every single Transformers movie are the credits.
Yeah.
Because not only do you know that it's over, you then get to make fun of everyone who was involved in making that piece of shit.
Yeah. It is cool when you see someone though in the credits that you know. It's like,
Yeah.
I know him. Even if he's like the smallest, like the assistant costume designer's secretary sister's accountant. I know him.
Man.
Big shot right here. I know him.
He was involved in the making of this movie.
Like, you just find some, like, no matter how small their role is, there's a feeling you're like, yep, I know him.
Yeah. Yeah, my dad, like, because he knew a lot of people back in his game development days, so he would recognize a lot of names and credits of movies that we watched. Like, I think it was Frozen that we watched. He pointed out, like, 3 separate occasions where he's like, I know that guy, I know her, I know him.
Oh my god.
I'm like, Dad, how do you know all these people?
Dad, give me a phone call. Get me in.
Oh yeah, actually that is a fun fact. My dad still to this day knows Bruce Campbell, who I'm sure a lot of people will go, who the fuck is that? But if you ever see Evil Dead, the main guy, that's him.
The name sounds so familiar. I'm pulling up my Google to see.
And it was because he worked on an Evil Dead. Actually, he worked on a couple Evil Dead tie-in games. But yeah, I think those were the games he was most proud of, and he just remembers working with Bruce, and he says he still got his number. So that's always a cool little fun fact to present to people.
Oh, he knows Bruce Campbell? Oh my god. He's 61. Okay, yeah, I do know who he is. He's in Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs.
Yeah, he's been in quite a few things.
Cars too.
Is he? I didn't know that.
It says it's sometimes hard to tell with like the voice acting, like animated movies, because sometimes you can't tell.
Yeah, like Bruce Campbell's voice is not like super distinguishable.
Yeah,
I mean sometimes it is.
Who? Okay, no, this is another one. What actor has the most distinguishable like voice?
Samuel L. Jackson.
Yep, and Morgan Freeman.
Oh yeah, him too.
Alright, let's slow it down.
Let's slow it way down.
That scene, it's so funny because he locks eyes with the general the whole time. How he's just telling how he like killed and abused his son.
Oh my god, that was an amazing scene.
Like, that movie was long, but it was an enjoyable long.
Yeah, that was a good slow burn kind of movie. It took its time and it did it well.
It was very enjoyable.
For those of you who don't know what we're talking about, it's The Hateful Eight, which is a good movie. You should go watch it. Okay, I guess we'll move on then. If you were a wrestler, what would be your entrance theme song?
Entrance theme song. Oh my god. Oh, what would yours be? I will let you go first.
What's New Scooby-Doo?
Scooby-Doo?
Yeah.
What would I do? I would have like a lot, because like, do you do like rap or do you do some like hard rock, dope music? I don't know.
Yeah.
You would like have to.
I think there's a lot I could go with.
There's definitely a lot. I think one song that would be cool, just because you can get so pumped up to it. House of the Rising Sun, by Five Finger Death Punch.
Mm-hmm.
Their cover of it, if you don't get pumped,
rockin'.
If you don't get pumped to that song, I'm sorry, get out and don't come back. because
Yeah,
it's just
you're not welcome on this podcast.
your kind isn't taken very
Don't
loud.
even listen.
Don't even just give us a like.
Yeah, just drop a like before you leave, please.
It will help the channel.
I think my actual answer would be Enter Sandman by Metallica.
Ooh.
I know that's a bit of a cop-out one, but it's just like there's something about the way that song just kind of I'm picturing like when this kind of question comes up, I visualize what walking out would look like to the sound of that song, as I'm sure a lot of people do when they ask
I have
that
a new
question.
one. I have a new one.
What would it be?
Alright, just picture this. It's like dark. You can kind of see like smoke rising up, and you just have that first strum from Iron Man by Black Sabbath, and I just roll out, and just fire. Oh, that would be so cool.
Just like it's darkness, and then you just hear like dun, 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 and then the audience starts like clapping along to it.
That would be so cool if you were like a good... Bro, now I want to download WWE. You got me. Oh, man.
Yeah.
What have you done?
I think, as a little extra question on top of this, I didn't write this down, but I think it'd be an interesting one as well. What would be your wrestler name?
Wrestling? What would yours be?
I mean, I could just say mine would be Sandman, extending off of my last question, but no, I think that I don't like that name very much.
Wrestling names are like a hard thing, because you gotta choose something that the fans will like or the fans will hate, but also is catchy, like The Rock.
Yeah.
The Pebble. I should be the Pebble.
I think mine... Oh, actually, I got it. Mine would be Bland Man.
Bland Man?
Sandman. It'd be Bland Man. Because here's what here's what the WWE needs. All these guys are just super jacked, and they got huge muscles. Sometimes they're really fat as well, and that's what makes them a good wrestler. But they're either like really chunky or really buff.
Yeah.
They're really buff dudes.
They're not much in between.
What if the WWE had like an average Joe who was just like normal build, maybe like software developer build, and you called him Bland Man, and his soundtrack to Enter would be Enter Sandman.
No, you know who it should be?
That would be me.
Remember the cheerleader dude from Dodgeball? Have you seen Yeah, you've seen Dodgeball, right?
Yeah, of course I've seen Dodgeball.
Yeah, the cheerleader, the guy who likes the cheerleader, he would be Bland Man for sure.
He would be Bland Man.
He's a perfect Bland Man, and he's an average Joe.
Yeah.
Average Joe Gymnasium.
That's what the WWE needs. It's just a regular ass dude who doesn't look like much at first when he comes into the battlefield, and then like the guys just kind of like make fun of him, and then he just fucking wrecks them.
He just drops them. That'd be so cool.
Yeah.
What would your wrestler move be if you named like a wrestling move? Like all these wrestlers have like their signature move. What would yours be? I don't even.
The old dick twist, and then just every time the audience just starts chanting dick twist, dick twist, dick.
The pickle twister.
Yeah, and there's a. Have you seen that video of the guy who's like, it's like an MMA fight, and the dude in the audience is just like, grab his dick and twist it.
I have seen that.
The old dick twist.
The old dick twist. I don't even know what I would have. The sky is falling. That would be cool.
Oh, just like drop the light fixture on him.
The fucking the giant screen. I think he's dead.
Jumbotron.
Yep.
Just, like, falls off.
Like the ref's like, I think he's dead. I know.
Oh man. You
just get away with freaking homicide every time. Like, I know. Jackson, you can't do that. It's wrong. Yeah, but am I winning? Yep. Who cares?
It's the WWE, man. This one might be a bit basic, but like, have you ever been told you look like someone famous, and if so, who was it?
Oh, I don't know if I probably have, but like, I don't know who it would be. I don't even know why they would think that.
I think, I mean, I I think I could find a loophole with this one because if you like define what famous is, I guess you could be you could say it's someone who gets recognized for something they do outside of people they generally know.
Yeah.
Um and I have been told I look quite a bit like my father.
Wow.
This one actually leads into a couple stories then, because I think I told you one of these, but the first instant, my dad, I don't remember what we were going to do, and I just remember we went to go buy something from GameStop. Rest in peace in the next 2 years, GameStop.
Isn't their stock like just crashing?
Plummeting. Fucking plummeting.
Cause I'm digital now. I'm like 98% digital.
It's kind of sad because if it goes out of business, it's gonna be like Blockbuster going out of business. Like they never had a perfect business model, but I'm gonna miss them.
It was cool though. Back in the day, you'd go in there, play a little PlayStation 3 because you don't want to wait.
Yeah.
You kind of just want to waste some
Thing
time.
they set up.
Yeah, but now it's just like, do you want this warranty? Do you want to get this subscription? Just
Oh my God,
nope,
it's the
nope,
worst.
nope. I'm out. I don't want to deal with that. And too many places sell those like PlayStation and Xbox cards. If they were able to get like a monopoly on that they would almost be able to survive on that. But like now, you can just buy the code off Amazon. Which, if you're just gonna go spend your money on an Amazon card, like your credit card on Amazon, just put it in your PlayStation. It's not that hard. You just got to be a little more responsible. It's just like,
That's so
you
true.
look at it. You're
I
going to
didn't
put in
actually
your
think
credit
about
card on Amazon, but not on your PlayStation? It's a waste of time. You're wasting your time.
Hey man, people don't trust their PlayStation. It's run by the Japanese.
Oh no, the Japanese. I trust the Japanese government over my government. Jeffrey Epstein didn't kill himself.
Oh my God.
I did it! I did it! I referenced it!
You got there.
You guys have no idea, like 2 months ago when we were thinking of this podcast, I'm like, first episode I'm dropping an Epstein reference.
Not even like we proposed doing it during like the intro. Just the first thing that's uttered when the video starts is Jeffrey Epstein did not kill himself. And then eventually we just decided it'd be better if Jackson just surprise attacked me.
Yeah, and that surprised me. I literally like said it and I was like, oh wait, and I jumped out of my chair and ran. I was like, yes, I did it. I referenced Epstein.
I remember. I can't remember. Okay, yeah, I remember now. So yeah, GameStop. We were buying some from GameStop. One of the guys there recognized my dad. He looked at the receipt and he was like, just a quick question. Are you the same dude that worked on Evil Dead Fistful of Boomsticks?
Actually, oh my god.
He legit did. I might censor this, but do you want to know which one it was?
Yeah.
It was
Bleep.
Oh my god, it was
Bleep. Bleep.
It was the best one though, and then he left.
He was the
After
best,
that,
yeah.
I just stopped going to GameStop. I straight up stopped.
I missed.
Bleep.
He was such a cool dude.
Yeah, he was literally the best part of my trips. And now they're
Yeah.
just unenthusiastic, horrible employees who don't care about anything.
Yeah, now it's not worth
Like,
it
I
anymore.
walk in, I'm like, I'm in here for one reason. It's not buying a game. So don't ask me if I need help. I'm coming for the cards. You know that. When was the last time you bought a game? When was the last time you bought a physical game? The last one, I had my friend buy it for me. Because I was too lazy to go to the store. Remember, Dylan bought me Battlefield 5.
Was that Dylan?
Yeah, Dylan bought me Battlefield 5. He drove up from SoCal because I didn't want to go to GameStop and buy it down the street. I didn't want to. I was like, I don't want that. I don't know how that. Looking back at it, what a waste of money. What a waste of time. Because I found out.
Does
like,
it suck?
I don't. It's there's Battlefield 3. Fucking mint.
That's a good one. I still think I have fond memories with a lot of them, like Battlefield 3, like you said, Battlefield 4 once they fucking fixed it. Bad Company 2 I really liked as well.
Oh
There's
wait,
been
did
a
I
lot of
tell
good
you what I
Battlefield.
actually ended up playing it on? Like the only
What
system.
did you?
So there was a
Oh, you
time.
said iPhone, right?
Yeah, there's a time, younglings, back in the day, the barren wasteland of the Apple Store, filled with shitty phone adaptations of good games like Call of Duty Zombies. That shit sucked. Don't even. Okay, it was kind of fun. That was probably the best adaptation. It
It
kind of
was
was
still
fun.
pretty shit
It was
though. Like
horrible.
comparatively, it was still
It
pretty
ran at like
shit.
3 frames per second, which was top
Yeah.
tier back then.
Like there's no way you would choose like you would actively choose to play that over
No,
just the
not at all.
regular version.
Oh God, no. Call of Duty, but they had the good maps at least. That's what was at least decent about it. They had Black Ops zombies and then just World at War zombies. But I
Mhm.
had Bad Company. Ooh, flashback. I don't know if you played it, but like remember like the GTA. It wasn't like GTA, but it was literally GTA.
What?
What was the game called? There's a game that was literally just a riff of
Oh,
GTA.
I know what you're talking about.
They
What was
did.
that
They
called? It
literally
was on
dropped a
it
Vice.
was on iPhone, right?
Yeah,
It was literally just Vice City. Like even the map was exactly the same.
yeah. They had that, and then they literally had like a San Andreas one. Now, if I search up GTA games on iPhone, I'll literally just get the. It was literally. I found it. They're literally called Gangstar.
Gangstar, that was it.
Yeah, West
Oh
Coast
my
Hustle,
god.
Rio, City of Saints. I didn't. They dropped a New Orleans
Fuck.
one. I knew Vegas, but I never played Vegas.
Oh, Vegas was the one I think I was talking about, but it just looked like Vice City.
No, wait, no, they did have a Vice City one. No, I think West Coast Hustle is actually Vice City, but they didn't want to call it. I don't know. It's.
They made a lot of those, I remember. There were
I'm
so
looking at
many.
5 right now. What are their iPhone games like? Like you look at like,
Mm.
cause like at the beginning of like the Apple Store, really, it's not like the beginning, but like the first few years when it wasn't like overloaded with terrible games. There's some gems. Shopping Cart Hero, I think that was one of my favorite
Oh
games.
yeah, that was good. That was a good one.
I don't at me at this, but best games start with Doodle. I'm sorry. The best games on Apple start with Doodle or have a stick figure as the character.
Yeah.
It's just facts. Doodle Army.
Oh, hell yeah, absolutely.
Oh, Doodle Army was so awesome.
Doodle Army was great. Don't you just love there are arcades now that just basically make giant tablets and dedicate them to like old phone games?
I actually didn't know that.
It just looks because like
I'd
I go
go
to the
there.
arcade and I'm thinking like, oh hell yeah, Deal or No Deal, that Jurassic Park shooting game. It's like you go there and you're looking to like win some tickets, have a good time, and all of a sudden you see like Doodle Jump on a giant tablet, and you're like, what the fuck is that doing here? Like,
Yeah,
what's the point of that?
I don't like it would be cool, but like I think it's too soon for that. From at least for us.
Yeah. I mean, the whole point that people still go to the arcades is that you can't get the games there that like you can't get the games that you can get on the arcade at the arcade on your phone.
Hmm.
You can't just whip out your phone and play Deal or No Deal and just win like fake tickets. You got to actually go to the arcade. Just get the hustle going.
What's your favorite arcade game?
I mean, it probably is Deal or No Deal.
Deal or No Deal is low key kind of fire.
It is. It's so good. There's something about like the gambling aspect at the arcade that just makes it fun.
This I just had a crazy idea. What was if like it's not like because just think of this like 100 years in the future. I don't know. I just thought of a random date. You don't even go to the casino. You just like press a button
Mm-hmm.
and you're just digistructed in the casino, and you can like walk around.
Digistructed. You've been playing Borderlands.
I did. I literally took that from Borderlands because I was playing it 2 days ago.
Okay, I guess we'll move on to
Yeah.
the next question then. If you could bring back any fashion trend, what would it be? Remember in like old time, you know how there's those movies like I don't know, like 10,000 BC, where all the like, no, the actually even better example in that one SpongeBob episode, Ugh, where they are transported back to like caveman, basically like where this caveman SpongeBob meme came from.
Yes, I love that.
They're wearing like the little like
Loincloths?
cloth
The
over,
loincloths?
yeah, over their penises. Yeah. Can we just bring that back where people just wear nothing but that walking down the street?
I feel like, honestly, well, because then people wouldn't be able to hide.
Yeah. Can we just not have dick shame anymore? Can we go back to the period of time where men with smaller penises were looked at as being very attractive?
I don't think that was ever a thing. I literally don't think that's...
That was a thing. That was a thing. It was because like the rich and powerful were all like, there was this stereotype that they all had small penises. So they were looked at as being like super attractive. It was like a sign of power.
Oh, have you seen Soul Plane? Kind of on that. Have you? This will make sense at the end.
Soul Plane. I don't believe I have.
So it's like a 2004 movie. Kevin Hart's in it. There's like a family of four, and the wife. You know how every airport has a magazine usually.
Mm-hmm.
The guy in the cover, his dick is literally 3/4 down his thigh. And the wife's just looking at it like, bruh. And he's on the flight. Oh my god, it's so funny. I don't even know, like, that's not even normal.
Well,
that
no,
is.
I don't believe
that's
it is.
That's a third leg. That's a third leg. That's a third leg.
It's a third eye. All right, what would your answer be?
What would my fashion be? Honestly, can we go back to, like, the Wild West? Like cowboys with like the ponchos, like you know in Red Dead, like
man, the cowboy hats.
Bro, if the cowboy hat came back as like not like a country boy, but like I'm a cowboy, I'm a gunslinger.
Oh, dude, that'd be so dope.
Oh, okay, kind of. Let's what's it when you I don't know. Well, I'm gonna ask another question. I don't know the word. What period of time would you like to travel to? Like, if you had a time machine.
Mine would be entirely based off a historical event. Like one specific thing that happened.
Yeah.
Actually, no. I'll save that question for another. We'll just ask that after this. I think like a general time period wise, I wouldn't mind going to like LA in the 60s.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Just mainly because of the movie scene, because that's like if you lived in LA in the 60s, that's basically all you were to anybody is like, are you in movies? No. Well, you're useless to me. And
yeah.
And I think that it'd be interesting to just see all these like super hotshot actors and directors just walking down the street, not having to worry about like celebrity culture like it is now.
Yeah, I'm a little different. I have two cool periods of time. I would like that Wild West time. That
would be pretty sweet.
Manifest Destiny period. That would be pretty cool. Mm-hmm. But that's very similar to what we just said with clothing. Mm-hmm. So let's throw it on its head. The Roman Empire. Come on. That'd be pretty cool.
That would be pretty cool.
That'd be pretty...
In fairness, that would be pretty cool. Everybody's wearing tarps.
Tunics?
Yeah, that's what I was... Well, actually, no, there's a word for it. There's a specific word for it. I'm not going to remember it. So, I didn't write this one down, but I kind of just came up with it since you brought up that other question. What time period... Or not time period. What historical event would you want to travel back in time to witness the most? You couldn't stop anything. Like, you couldn't go back and, like, kill Hitler.
Would I die if I went there? Or was I like Bran when the Three-Eyed Raven shows him the creating of the Night King, where he's kind of just there, but, like, in, like, a...
But, like, not... Yeah, let's go with that.
So you could just watch it and not really... You can't die. Because that would be pretty... Like... I have some thing, like, the first thing that popped in my head, I'm like, I would go there, but I'd most likely die. But, what would yours be?
Mine would be the moment when Socrates. Well, actually, I don't know if it's Socrates. It's like either Socrates or Aristotle or Archimedes. It's one of the three. Um, where he's trying to figure out how to tell if the king's crown is real gold or not, and in doing so, he discovers buoyancy. And the way he does it is he like takes a bath and then he realizes that the water gets a little bit higher when he gets in it. So then he jumps out of this public bathtub and starts running through the streets naked, shouting "Eureka!" I think that'd be pretty funny.
I think it's Socrates. I'm searching it up right now, but Archimedes actually. It was Archimedes.
Archimedes. Okay, yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. I don't know why. Socrates is a philosopher. Aristotle's a philosopher. Archimedes would be the only one who could like do shit with that.
Well, wasn't he? Well, weren't they all philosophers? But Archimedes was just like
he was a mathematician.
Oh, okay. I thought his whole deal was like. Well, actually, that still could be the deal because like mathematician's not really something that has to do with that, but. Basically, the king hired him on the principle not that he might know because of his profession, but just because that he's smart. Just like Archimedes, you're smart. Figure this out.
One point in time, but I have a lot. They're all like ancient. I really want to go to like ancient, like that ain't like the first thing that popped in my head. I don't think it's my final answer, but it's when the Germanic tribes invaded Rome, like the Western Roman Empire, leading to its collapse. That would be so cool to just like witness.
Yeah, a battle would be pretty cool.
But like, I think the coolest one, the Battle of Troy. That would be so cool.
Ooh, yeah.
If I could like put myself inside the horse. That would be so cool.
See, yeah, you're thinking of like the cool answer with like, oh yeah, like go to the battles. Me, I'm a simple man. I want to watch a man run through the streets naked, shouting "Eureka!"
Eureka! The Battle of Troy would be so cool, though.
Yeah, that would be pretty dope.
Because there's like so much mystery. If you could like get any question answered about anything, what would it be?
Honestly, I'm not entirely sure. I mean, I think a lot of people's answer would be just, like, is there a God, or is there like a heaven, or is there just like an afterlife at all?
That'd be like the most common one. Most like
that
obvious.
Would be pretty common.
But we don't do common and obvious. Mine, does size really matter? It's an important question. Because like, could you imagine?
Go up to this all-knowing man and just say, "Are traps gay?"
Oh my god. He's like, what?
Yeah, I mean, I think the thing that would poke a hole in me for, or would poke a hole in the argument for why, like, the best one would be, is there an afterlife, is because I don't know how you would be able to have that knowledge and live a fulfilling life.
Oh, you wouldn't.
You wouldn't, because if you knew, you would just be pondering over that the rest of your days. The whole rest of your time alive, you would be like either fearing it, or you would be like wondering about it, or you'd be just getting ready for it, or like you would never be like actually invested in your lifetime.
I think if you word it correctly, where you're like, is there a afterlife, which is heaven, and does everybody get in? And if the answer is yes, who cares? If everyone's getting in and it's heaven, who cares? You can do anything, and you know. That'd be the only. That's a very small, like. That's a very like word crafted like.
Yeah, I mean, the person would probably still be like, that's like three questions in one. Mm-hmm. Especially if they're all knowing enough to know the answer to that. They'd probably be able to snuff out what you're trying to do there.
Yeah, it would be hard. I said everybody's like, oh, I want to know.
It would.
I would, if I had to actually ask like a serious one. God damn, I can't. I literally can't think of a serious one. I can only think of jokes.
Yeah,
I literally can't think of anything serious. Holy shit.
Answer the definitive question: are traps indeed gay? Who knows?
Will I ever get 1,000 subscribers on YouTube? And if he says no, it's just like no. Oh my god.
Just ask him. Can you use your free Twitch Prime sub on me at twitch.tv/GuysWithAChannel?
God damn, that would be so funny.
What did you name your first car? I don't own a car because I can't drive.
Me and my friends came up with one this summer about my car, but if I had to pick a name right now, Jasmine, off the top of my head.
That's a good one.
Because it's a Jeep, so Jasmine. That was the first one to pop in my head. I was like, yep, we're going with Jasmine. It's a great name too.
Jasmine is a great name. Okay. This is one that I actually quite like. You have your own late night talk show. Who do you invite as your guest? Okay. So, hear me out on this one.
I have two names right now. Who are you inviting?
Papa John.
Why Papa John? What? Is Manning coming with him? Is Peyton Manning gonna come with him?
No, just Papa John.
Why?
So, basically, I've kind of thought about this. What would be my talk show? And I think the idea that would always stick out to me would be interviewing topical figures of controversy. And who's more topical of a figure of controversy right now than the Day of Reckoning himself, Papa John?
The Day of Reckoning?
Yeah, have you not seen that interview?
No.
He did an interview with some guy, and he was like, I've had over 40 pizzas in the last 30 days.
Oh, wait, I think I have seen that.
Yeah, and he starts, like, ragging on the new CEO of, fucking Papa John. Okay, so for those of you who are living under a rock at the moment, what happened to the old Papa John? And yes, in case you were curious, the guy in those commercials was actually once the CEO of Papa John's. He was fired because he said the N-word and I think some other kind of racial slur on a podcast or some interview, and he got in lots of trouble. And now, like 3 years later, he's finally come back, and he claims that the Day of Reckoning will come and that the record will be set straight, and that is 100% his own words. None of what I said is, like, paraphrased at all. So I think in that vein, I would want to have, like, him on first as, like, the main figure of controversy. And then every week I would do, like, a one-on-one interview, no audience, like, nobody else around, just me in a room with, like, a figure of controversy, and just talk with them and just try to understand the mind of these people. I think that would be, like, pretty interesting. So for my first guest, I would say someone who's topical right now as a figure of controversy would be Papa John.
I would go, that controversy is a very good idea. So if this isn't my answer, but if I went that direction, Donald Trump, who just got impeached.
Who just got impeached as we're recording this, but,
breaking news.
Still have to go through Senate, so I don't think it's actually going to happen.
He's literally still going to be president, so the Democrats have failed, as everyone
as usual.
As usual, because they just are the most uncoordinated party in the world. Oh my god.
Bunch of pussy-ass bitches.
Pussy-ass bitches. No, but
I mean, that's not to say that I'm a Republican. I don't like politics in general.
I don't know, like, there's so many names that I would, like, love to interview.
Dwayne Johnson.
Dwayne Johnson. Yeah. Well, he was the first name to pop in my head. Joe Rogan was.
I was gonna say, I know you too well. I know you would absolutely have Dwayne Johnson on first.
He would probably be first, but like, no, actually, He'd probably be second.
Hmm.
Tom Hanks.
Oh, that's wholesome. I think that'd be like one, like maybe every once a year as like an anniversary special on the controversy show. I would have like one person who's completely free of any controversy whatsoever. So like the first anniversary special, I'd have like Keanu Reeves on, and we would just have like a nice wholesome conversation.
Oh, like Neil deGrasse Tyson. That would be cool.
Well, actually, you kind
No,
of read my mind.
Yeah.
I was actually thinking that he would be a guest for the controversy.
I know he has like some dumb. Everyone has controversy. Like that's. I feel like if you have a name out there, there's just gonna be random things thrown at you that aren't true.
Yeah. I think he would be interesting to talk to though, because I think like he has good intentions with a lot of the things he says and does. It's just it doesn't come out right at all.
Yeah.
Like it never does. Like it never comes out right when he's trying to say, "Oh, well don't feel bad for the shooter victims because, people die of this more often."
That definitely came
It's
out.
like, oh my, it's like, dude, like I'm genuinely convinced that man is like his mind is just entirely numbers. Like if you peek inside the mind of Neil deGrasse Tyson, it's just gonna be the Matrix code, just like flying up and down, because like all he responds to are statistics and like numbers.
Yeah.
Like he is the atheist.
You know who is not numbers driven and just stupid? Joe Biden.
Oh yeah, I'd have him on too.
Marijuana is a gateway drug. Next week, marijuana should be legal for everyone. Where the fuck is he? This man is on crack.
This man's been hitting some marijuana himself.
Bro,
That's
like,
what I think. I think in that week someone was like, "Well, have you tried it?" He's like, "Well, no, of course I haven't tried it." And then he like hit a bong, and his world was just changed.
he was just rocked. He was like, bro.
The dude was wigging.
He had some crazy trip on weed because he's just like and they're like, bro,
that dude like saw the universe.
Yeah, I know who God is.
I know what I must do.
Drops out of the race. Oh, thank God. That'd be funny. That would be.
Dude, that would be wonderful. That would be wonderful.
Do you want to hear a joke?
Joe Biden?
So, Joe Biden himself is the joke. No, why does Trump have perfect vision?
Why does Trump have perfect vision?
Because he can see 2020.
That's a good one. All right, on that note, next question.
Yes.
If this one's pretty popular. If a movie was made of your life, what genre would it be, and who would play you? Mine would be one of those David Cronenberg-esque body horror movies like The Fly.
Mine. Let me think about my whole life. Okay, I got it. Samuel L. Jackson.
Samuel L. Jackson.
No. Who would be a good actor to play me?
I want Jeff Goldblum to play me.
See, I feel who I don't even know an actor who really looks Will Smith.
Oh, even bet no. I want because I'm trying to think like the oldest dude I can get to play me, and I thought about Jeff Goldblum just because he's a very charismatic character as well, and also because I was thinking about The Fly in that moment, and just well, I think to go into specifics about the body horror thing, I think mine would just be like a horror movie about this dude who is abnormally skinny, and he just like no matter what, and he just becomes like this skinny, like weird creature slowly over the course of his life. And that would be me, and I would be played by either Jeff Goldblum or Jack Nicholson.
I will be played by Pedro Pascal. I have decided.
Oh fuck yes,
Yes.
Pedro Pascal, what an actor. Okay. If you were famous, what would you be famous for?
What?
So, my actual answer for this question... Well, actually, no. I mean, my traditional answer for this would be director, like writer director, because that's just what I want to do in life, and I would like to kind of be known for it. But that's the thing. I don't need to be recognized for that. I just kind of want to make the movies. What I actually want to be famous for is being a vigilante. Not me specifically, but the character, the vigilante would be the one that's famous, but no one would know it was me.
Oh,
But
I feel
here's the
like
thing.
everybody would like that.
Yeah, I've kind of thought about this. What kind of vigilante would I be? And I've thought about this. I want to be famous for stealing chicken McNuggets from different McDonald's establishments.
How are you a vigilante?
I hide in the shadows. I take the chicken McNuggets and I distribute it to the
Oh
public.
my! I'm just so you know how like McDonald's they have like the where they like drop all their food, and you can like kind of see in the back from the front, and you just see this big brolic dude with a mask and a cape peeking through from the back.
Dude,
Just swiping
I think I would be the real life Hamburglar. That would be what I would be famous for.
You're the Hamburglar. I'm the Hamburglar.
Yeah, I steal all the chicken McNuggets and then I give them back to the populace. But I keep some for myself, and I slowly build up this giant collection of chicken nuggets. I eat some of them. Like, occasionally I'll have, like, a couple. But here's the thing. I will go and purchase chicken McNuggets regularly as, like, a way of throwing people off. Like, oh, it can't be him. He actually goes out and buys chicken nuggets. So I'll make that, like, a regular schedule thing, just to throw people off. And then my last, like, dying words, people have been just thrown for a loop for years as to who the Hamburglar was, what his goal was, what he intended. And then finally, my last dying breath to my daughters Charlotte and Mia will be, I was the Hamburglar the whole time. And then I'll leave them with like a little key that leads to the basement of my house, like in the little wine cellar. And if they pull down on a certain like thing, it reveals a door, and the key unlocks the door. And in there is my Hamburglar costume hung up on like a little rack, and all of my chicken nuggets that I've stolen over the years.
Can we just point out that like it is so clear you've put so much time into this fantasy?
I have thought about this question so much.
What the hell? I shall be a vigilante who steals chicken nuggets for myself.
I am the Robin Hood of McDonald's fast food joints.
Oh god. I would probably most likely if I were to get famous, I'd be getting famous for some stupid shit. Let's be completely honest.
Yeah, exactly. That was what mine was as well. It's like I don't need to be famous for making movies. I just want to make the movies.
Like I make a dumb TikTok. That'd be it. That'd be it. A stupid video.
You start a new TikTok trend.
What would I even do as a trend? Bro, I've been seeing these videos on TikTok though where it's like they like make it look like they're walking on the ceiling. Mm-hmm. But they're just walking on the floor.
I think I've seen a few of those.
Everything else is like inverted. But
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, how do you do that? I'm so like confused. I'm not even like never even fooled me. Like, oh, how are they walking the ceiling? Because I know physics. Kind of. I know gravity is a thing. And I know that is bullshit. I was like, how the hell do you invert this? How do you make it
Maybe
look like
that? Tape it to the ceiling.
I've seen like fridges. Like you ain't taping a fridge to the ceiling. You ain't taping a damn stainless steel fridge.
Maybe it's like blue screen stuff.
Maybe that would kind of work. All right, what's the next one?
Okay. You have to sing karaoke. What song do you pick?
Okay, if I was sober, I would do Tequila, cause like easy. Tequila. Tequila. But if I was just feeling it, What song would you do? I don't even know what song I would do.
You know that episode of SpongeBob where someone tells him that he's got a good voice and then he takes that and runs with it, and he, instead of like being a cashier, he tries to just like become a singer.
I don't.
And then he goes out into this angry mob of people waiting for their Krabby Patties, and then he goes up to one of the guys with a microphone and he's like, "I call this one striped sweater." And he goes, "The best time to wear a striped sweater is all the time." And then he just like sings this whole song about wearing a striped sweater. That would be the song I'd do for karaoke.
I think everybody who actually has some taste in comedies. I don't know if you're gonna be able to hear this. You probably won't be able to hear this, but
Are you gonna play it?
people on the stream will be one. But you know the cattle. It's the fucking Catalina wine mixer. Well, this is so laggy. I tried to play a YouTube video and it's just lagging everything.
I'll put it in the video. I'll put it in the video later. Just send it to me.
Alright, it's the wine mixer one. You know that.
Yeah, I think I know it.
Boats and hoes!
I've traveled 500 miles to give you my seed. Maybe the best quote in movie history.
Man. I think another one that I kind of just thought of is, have you ever been on Virgin Airlines?
Virgin Airlines?
Virgin American Airlines, specifically.
I am not, no.
Okay, so the thing with Virgin America is that they do the thing that a lot of people started doing where they, like, play a little clip for, like, safety instructional videos before the plane takes off. But they do theirs in song and dance.
Oh my god.
I've never flown Virgin America, but someone brought that video to my attention, so I looked it up. It is glorious.
Is it?
And that I think either that or striped sweater would be my pick for karaoke.
Could you? I'm a goofy goober. Yeah.
Oh, that'd be good too. Or fucking, what is it? Sweet Victory.
Sweet victory.
Yeah.
But wait, what was the song SpongeBob and Patrick sang about being men?
Oh yeah.
In the movie.
Now that we're men.
Now that we're men.
We have facial hair. Now that we're men. I changed my underwear. Now that we're men.
That'd be a fun one.
Something to pass the test, to finish the quest for the crown.
Like if
Yeah, that'd be a good duet.
Yeah, I was like, if we like two people who should not be up on stage, go up on stage. If we were men.
Oh my god. If you ever come down
And they're
to
like
Australia,
fully.
can we please like go to a karaoke bar
Yes.
and do that?
Yes,
Just
I'm
like
down.
a duet.
Now that we're men.
Oh man.
But like, I feel like everybody in there would be like mid-20s. What the heck is this? I'm like, it's quality music.
Dude, they'd be getting in the groove. That you remember that bit as well, where like the monsters pick
Now
them
with
up
the
and they're
men.
like about to eat them, and then
Now
they start like
with the men.
ham boning. We would both just do that on stage. Oh my god, that'd be wonderful, especially after like drinks.
Yeah. Oh my god, that'd be awesome.
Okay. What was your least favorite food as a child?
Food
Do you
that
still hate it or do you love it now?
Food that I hated as a child but love now. Oh man. I feel like
Well, not necessarily love now. Like, do you still hate it now or do
do I
you love it now?
so. I feel like for most people, it kind of is like vegetables. I hated vegetables as a kid.
Yeah.
But like now, Brussels sprouts, they kind of slap. They kind of slap, low key. That is
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie to you. Yeah, they do kind of suck.
asparagus, but
Some
like
days they hit.
cuisine. Like if I went for like a whole meal besides like an actual like food that I didn't like as a kid that I like now. I'm trying to think of like food I really didn't like as a kid, like full meals. It's I didn't have it until a few years ago, but like tuna casserole, that shit sucks. Shit will always suck. It's the worst food on the planet. It's terrible. I hate it. Tuna casserole needs to go.
Yeah, no, that doesn't sound too good.
Oh, it's awful.
Mine is quinoa. I fucking hate
You
quinoa.
hate quinoa?
I still hate quinoa. Quinoa can go suck my fat nads.
Bro, no. The dining hall at Boulder, there's like this hash brown red quinoa they make. Oh, that was some cheesy eggs and hot sauce with a few sausages. Bro, I can eat pounds of that.
Me. I hate quinoa.
Pounds of that. I mean, the best. Okay.
Absolutely.
What's the best type of hash brown?
I didn't know there were different types of hash browns.
So we got the big ones like Mickey D's are the big ones.
Those are big?
Yeah.
I've had bigger hash browns than that.
Yeah, but they're like the same like big. Like they're not bite size.
They just fit in the category of big.
Yeah, they're in the.
Right, I see what you're saying.
And then there's like bite size, or there's smaller, but not quite like popcorn shrimp small.
Mm-hmm.
But then there's popcorn shrimp, and then there's shredded.
Oh, shredded. It's 100% shredded.
Really, I like mine's either the big or like the not quite bite size, but not quite big.
The bite-sized ones are good as well.
Oh, they're all
like
good.
Those bite-sized kind of things, but there's something about shredded because like one thing I do because a lot of the times there's like when I go to hotels and my dad gets us like buffet for breakfast, like there will be hash brown there, but it's almost always shredded. So what I do is instead of just putting it on there and like pouring ketchup on it and just mixing all the ketchup together, I put it on things. Like I use the hash brown as like a topping.
Yeah.
And it tastes so good. Like if you put that on like your waffles, oh.
Okay, if
it slaps.
For everyone listening who has made it in like 90 minutes, hey, leave a like because you deserve you need to show yourself some love, and by leaving that like, you show yourself some love.
It'll be cut down, but not by a whole lot. So yeah, it'll still be like pretty long.
Pretty much. But for everyone listening, we're not bagging the other types of hash browns. Hash browns are delicious. If you see a hash brown, say you're not a big fan of shredded, you see them, you're still gonna eat 3 pounds of that morning because you're hungry. And you haven't eaten in 3 days because you're a college student. You're going to pound that.
Yeah, but just hash browns in general are just
so good.
There are times where you'll, like, see hash browns when you're not even hungry, and all of a sudden my stomach just starts screaming at me, like, get that fucking shit.
So, like, everybody's like, oh, what's your favorite breakfast food? I'm kind of leaning towards hash browns now. I'm sorry. You dump that shit with salt?
It's so good.
It's a fry. It's literally a fry.
And you don't have to feel guilty about eating fries in the morning.
Yeah.
Because it's technically not, but it is.
And you put some ketchup, you literally got fries.
Oh. So good. So good.
What are tater tots? Are they fries? Or are they hash browns? Or are they just something God has touched?
They're hash browns.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking they're more hash browns.
They're hash browns.
But... Oh, okay, then if they're hash browns, oh man, they might... Nope, yeah, if they're in the hash brown category, tater tots.
Tater tots are better than hash browns.
Because they're all the same thing. But, like, okay, this is...
Yeah, but, like, okay, yeah, you know what, actually...
If they're crispy, if they're a little chewy, hash browns.
Yeah.
But, like, so, like, they have, like, the... You know, like, the, paper cartons, like, at In-N-Out you fill ketchup with?
Yes.
So they have that at the dining hall. The tater tots are perfect size.
Oh, so good.
Perfect size to get that ketchup. I'm hungry now.
Oh. Yeah, I am too, actually.
I'm so hungry. I've gotten so hungry over this podcast.
Oh, man. Well, we're actually going to get more hungry. So, if you had to eat one meal every day for the rest of your life, what would it be? So, I've thought about this question as well, because it's been brought up to me as well. No one wants to eat the same food every day for the rest of their life, because then they'll get sick of that food.
Mm-hmm.
So I figured out a way to game the system. It says you can eat one meal. Now, I'm not going to be the guy who says, like, meal type, like, oh, breakfast, haha, game the system. No, I'm talking about, like, what you would eat during the meal.
Go on.
Hotel buffet.
shit kind of works. That shit kind of.
It does, doesn't it?
Shit kind of works.
Because then, like, especially if you go to one that has like, or if you pick one that's like the Intercontinental or something like that, where they're just gonna have so much stuff, and every day, because
the spread
when they
have the spread, I'm good.
Yes, exactly. And when they say for one meal every day, that means you have to eat it for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. That's the beautiful thing about buffets. They have buffet options ready for every single meal of the day. So you will have so much variety for the rest of your life.
That is nice. But let's segue. If you had to eat one food for the rest, like you just had to eat one thing of food, not like a meal, at least once a day for the rest of your life, what would it be?
I think mine would be probably French fries. It's the thing that I could like see myself getting the least sick of, just because I love fries.
That's fries. Fries are a solid bet. Again, hash browns is up there, but like, I don't like right now. I think I could make it years, at least 5 years with the food I'm gonna choose. Blueberry, like the small blueberry muffins, like the bite-sized ones, kind of that you get at like the continental breakfast places. You just
those are good.
Gone once a day, bro. I could have. I think I could last a decade with one a day. How many would that be? How many blueberry muffins would that be in a decade? So there's 365 days, give or take. I don't care. Times 10. Oh god, that's why did I need a calculator for that? I just added a 0 to the end. I'm so dumb. 3,650.
I can't give you shit for that, honestly.
We all do
I don't know how much better I would have fared.
We all do it.
We all do it.
Yeah, and like, I don't know about you guys, but like, I'm on a quiz. 2 plus 2. I don't trust myself. Calculator. I'd do it. It's simple math. I think 1 plus 1 is the only one. I'm like, I know that.
Man, there's so many moments where I just like completely blank, and I'm not even. I think there was a moment where like you and I were in study hall, and you leaned over to see what I was doing on my computer, and I like legit, I was Googling what 2 times 0.5 was. I felt like such a fucking moron.
Yeah, you're like, what is 2 times 1/2? I'm like, bruh.
I felt so fucking stupid because I didn't put it together that 0.5 and 1/2 were basically the same thing. No, not even basically, that they were the same thing.
What I shouldn't have said was I should have just looked at it, looked at you, waited for you to hit enter, and just hope you just sit there, look at it, and just realize. I wish I could see that reaction.
Because I almost hit enter, and you were just like, that's just 1. And then I just felt so stupid.
Bro, we all do it,
like
though.
Such a retard.
We all do it somehow.
Okay, so I guess that answers that last question. If you were left on a deserted island with either your worst enemy or no one, which would you choose and why? Well, of course I would choose my worst enemy, because if there's no one on a deserted island, I'm gonna go insane.
Okay, well, I see that point. I went such a horrible direction. I was like, worst enemy? Because if we ran out of food, he's food. I was a horrible decision, but it was the first thing to pop in my head. I was thinking straight survival. Dude, if we run out of food, he's food.
Man, I was gonna say, Jesus.
We were going.
No, I think for me it could be like we hate each other, but because we're the only 2 people on this island, we just kind of have to learn to work together, and then eventually we kind of learn that we're not so bad.
Yeah, I mean, now that you say that, it wouldn't go straight to eating cannibalism, because that's wrong. Don't do it, kids. Don't try it. It's bad for you. Peace and love.
I like how you need to remind kids to not do cannibalism.
To not be an absolutely awful human being. That'd be funny.
Hey, kids, just a reminder, Jeffrey Dahmer was a horrible person.
Kids, remember, people with the name Jeffrey didn't kill themselves. That's 2 now.
Oh, jeez. Goodness me. Okay. What's your favorite sandwich and why? Easy.
Oh.
Fucking Philly cheesesteak.
I like that. I like that.
I'm so hungry right now. Fuck.
Bro, okay, so hear me out. Philly cheesesteak is great. I mean, it's
Mm-hmm.
top one, but if I have a 1A, it's definitely a meatball sub. Like hot off of I went to Firehouse Subs like a week ago or something with a friend,
Oh
and
god.
I got that like the long one. Oh, I could have ate.
Mm,
Oh, it was with the pickle.
that's so good.
It hit different. It hit different.
Sometimes they have like the caramelized onions.
Oh. But the
Oh,
Philly cheesesteaks from Jersey Mike's,
dude.
that's different. That slaps.
I've never been to a Jersey Mike's.
Well, let's start a GoFundMe page. Get Clay to fly up to the States. Yeah.
Get Clay down to the U.S. so he can go to Jersey
Yeah.
Mike's.
People pay for that.
Uh,
That'd be funny.
yeah, yeah. No, I mean I'll definitely try it next time I come to visit.
I want to come visit you in
Um,
Australia. God damn. I want to go down
why do
there.
you want to come here?
Because the girls dig American accents. There's nothing
That's a
else.
good point.
I ain't even
No,
coming
that's
to visit you. That's the cover story.
I'm glad I have you there so I can use you as an excuse.
Thank God. Jackson, why are you going to Australia all this time? See Clay, man. He's a good friend.
That would be pretty good. Okay. When you die, what do you want to be remembered for? I think I answered this question earlier in that I would want to be known as the famous Hamburglar that no one could figure out the mystery of, and then all of a sudden, my McNugget wealth that I've stored up over the years is just it's left in the hands of my two daughters, and they have a choice. They can
What
either
was it?
carry on my legacy as the Hamburglar, or they can distribute the wealth and have the Hamburglar be gone for good. I'd be very disappointed at them from beyond the grave, but they could do that if they wished.
Could you imagine they become the Hamburglers? They get their own suits.
Dude,
They. What was if you
that'd
had
be
your own
so
Alfred?
fucking cool.
You had your like own Alfred and like Fox that made them suits. So they had like super teched out Hamburglar suits.
You want to be able to turn your head? I'll get working on it.
Um,
Uh,
I would want to be remembered as. Uh, that would be
a slayer.
like a Dan Bilzerian, just living life to the fullest, going out guns
Yeah.
blazing. Cause I don't want to live in a retirement home. I don't. I've seen
Yeah.
people in that. And I'm like, bro, I'd rather be dead. Like, I don't want to be dead, but like, I'd much rather be dead than sitting in a chair
Yeah.
24 hours a day, piss myself, shit myself. Fuck that.
It's fucking suck.
Oh,
I
I'd
hate
hate
it.
that. I would hate that. Oh, if you really think
Mm.
about it, we're basically 60. You're probably 70. No, you're 61 years probably away from that.
I don't know if I'm gonna make it that long.
That's 80. That's
Probably gonna get a heart attack.
Yeah, true.
Probably gonna
I
get a
have seen under
stroke.
your bed. The Dr. Pepper seed
Yeah.
just runs out.
Um. Okay. What is your favorite thing you bought this year?
Shit.
Um.
Favorite thing I bought. I love everything I bought.
Oh,
Not
I know what it
everything.
was. Mine was a ticket to see Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, which is a phenomenal
Oh,
film.
thank you. You said that my favorite purchase was my
Ticket to Knives Out.
No, but hey, Knives Out. Daniel Craig was absolutely fantastic in that movie. Unbelievable.
Everybody was fantastic.
Chris
in that
Evans
movie.
had a great costume design. So
Oh man,
go fu-
that was a wonderful film.
go
That was a
fund me to
wonderful
get that gray like that white knit sweater. I'll wear it. I'll wear it on camera. Face reveal. Get that going. Go fund me.
GoFundMe to get me to meet Ana de Armas. Maybe in a closed room where it's just us two.
No, but what was I saying about? No, my best
Ana, if
purchase.
you're listening, hit me up.
Put the handle in. No, my favorite purchase is my Post Malone tickets.
Ooh, yeah. Oh, fuck. That actually. Okay, I'm gonna go back on my Once Upon a Time in Hollywood thing. I'm gonna say it was my Childish Gambino tickets, which I didn't actually buy, but I went. I'm gonna just put the loophole in that.
It works.
Yeah, it works. It was a great concert. Um, you're going to sail around the world. What's the name of your boat?
I'm trying to think of something super funny.
The Jeffrey S.S. Epstein did not kill himself.
We're doing it. The Jeffrey S.S. Epstein did not kill himself.
That's the name of my boat.
Bro, we gotta, bro, drop. Let's just drop our plans. Buy a boat, and I can. Let's do it, and just on the side, handwritten Jeffrey S.S. Epstein did not kill himself, and sail around the. Do you know anything about sailing? Because I don't, and that's the best part.
No.
I think.
Well, hold up. If my old year 9 or ninth grade whatever it was challenge thing gives me any prior knowledge about sailing, it's that I know a very minimal amount.
That was fun though. Ninth grade was fun.
That was fun. It was a good time.
I think I could get like a few grand for my PS4 and my PlayStation account. Then
we can just become like IRL streamers where we document our journey sailing around the world in the Jeffrey S.S. Epstein did not kill himself.
That would be so funny though. Like, guys, welcome back. We're up here in the Jeffrey S.S. Epstein didn't kill himself. Out here,
we're just passing through. We're passing by the Clintons' house. Is that an orbital cannon?
Oh no. Bro, what that would be so funny. Like, the Clintons listen to everyone's, like, it's not the CIA who like listens, it's the Clintons, and they're just names. It's just Bill at a computer just writing names all day. Clay Jackson.
It's like do you know Death Note?
No. Oh wait.
It's like
no, yeah.
It's
Is that where you write
plot? Yeah. Yeah, you write down like a name in a book, and the person just dies in some mysterious way.
Yeah.
That doesn't like draw attention back to you.
Is that an anime?
That's what the Clintons do.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was originally an anime, and then Netflix turned it into a live action film, which I haven't seen because I want to watch the anime before I actually watch that one.
I feel like I've seen it, but I can't remember.
Was it bad? Probably.
If I can't really remember if I've watched it or not, yeah, not a great sign.
Then it says something.
Yeah.
Okay. What would the title of your autobiography be?
My autobiography would be literally named "Aw Shit." An autobiography. It would be big, bold, black letters. Aw shit.
Mine would be titled I tried.
Respawn.
I was tempted to go for another Epstein joke, but I decided against it.
That would be so funny.
Also, I would be concerned that it would get pulled off of store shelves if I actually called it that.
Clinton's like, you can't do this. You can't show this book. He like kills the CEO of whatever bookstore you're selling it at.
Yeah.
Take that as a note.
Okay, so this last few run of questions are all like pretty basic icebreakers, but I thought I'd include them anyways because we are in fact a somewhat media-based podcast. Like, we're going to be talking about media, like games and movies and TV shows and whatnot. So I figured you guys might want to get to know some of our personal faves. So let's start. What is your favorite TV show? You can either do all time or just like what you're watching right now.
Favorite TV show of all time. It's I think it's Game of Thrones, just 'cause like.
You think so?
Like, even though the ending was not great, the amount.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's that or Ballers. But
Yeah, I gotta watch Ballers.
I think Game of Thrones just takes it just because Game of Thrones like took my life over.
There's a lot of like, yeah, there's like holes you can poke in Game of Thrones, but overall it was like a really solid show.
It really was.
Yeah, I'd say it's definitely like in my top 5.
Yeah. What's yours?
Breaking Bad. I know everybody says that, but it's just like, here's the thing. It's like when people say that Citizen Kane is like the best movie ever made. I don't necessarily think myself it's the best movie ever made, so that's not really quite as applicable. But there's a lot of people who say that, and then people are like, why do people keep saying that it's the best movie ever made? No one stands out because everybody says Citizen Kane's the best movie ever made. Well, yeah. Do you wonder why a bunch of people say it's the best movie ever made? Maybe because it's really fucking good.
I've never
Did you ever consider that?
Never even seen it.
It's really good. It's remember that meme the a while back, the actual Cannibal Shia LaBeouf, like the animated video of that, and then they turned it into like a full like Broadway thing, and then or like a full stage production, and then they showed actual Shia LaBeouf like clapping in the audience.
Yeah. Oh, is that
was him clapping is like a reference to a scene from Citizen Kane.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's quite a good movie. But yeah, I think that's the same reason that I would say Breaking Bad is like my favorite show, because like it really is just that good. The reason everybody says it's the best the best TV show ever is because it really is that good. It's so rare that I'll watch it and be able to like poke a hole in it and say, well, this episode sucked. Like, there's not I mean, yeah, there's some episodes where it get like rough and sketchy, whatnot. Some plot things don't make quite as much sense as they should, but overall, it's like there's not really an episode of the show where I was disinterested.
Yeah.
All of them are just super engaging, and these characters are so interesting to follow.
That makes sense.
And it's just a really well-made show.
I should watch it.
I'm not sad that it ended. I think it ended at the right time that it needed to, and I recommend everyone who hasn't seen it for some strange reason goes and watch it.
Would I be like, I would be, this generation is not even this show I'm about to say, like, what even is that show? It sounds stupid. The Sopranos.
That's a great show, though.
I know. Nobody, like...
That's fucking awesome.
Nobody knows it, though. Like, nobody knows. Nobody knows the Sopranos.
It's the same as, like, The Wire. Like, no one knows like, I know a bunch of people are like, what's The Wire? It's like, fucking do your research. It's a great show is what it is.
They're all like, oh, the best TV show is Friends. Nope, false. Get off the internet. Get off the internet. You don't deserve to be here. Just don't.
I don't mind people who hold that opinion, but it's just like, I myself just really do not like Friends.
I really don't like Friends either.
I never got into it.
I'm so happy I'm not editing this podcast because I don't know what I'm going to name this podcast. That's what just popped in my head. What are you going to name it? Like,
the Jeff. It's gonna have like I think I might actually consider calling it the Jeffrey S.S. Epstein did not kill himself.
I like that idea.
That or I don't know, just like icebreaking questions. I don't know. I'll figure out a name later. Okay, so yeah, TV shows, we've got that all good and dealt with. What's your favorite movie?
I was like, he's gonna ask favorite movie. I was like, you gotta think of one. Favorite movie. I think this is.
It's okay if you have like multiple answers. Like, you don't have to have like a definitive one.
I think so. Comedy. It's pretty obvious what my favorite comedy is. It might be the best.
I know this one.
Might be the best comedy of all time.
Okay.
It is Step Brothers. That's my
Oh,
favorite
fuck
comedy.
yeah, dude.
Maybe favorite movie. I'm just looking because like I feel like there's an action movie I'm just forgetting right now. That's one of my favorite movies, but I'm just trying to think of it.
Is it
Ooh.
a Dwayne Johnson movie?
He does take the best Disney film in Moana.
The best Disney film? Oh,
That's my favorite Disney
that's
film.
a hot take.
Hot take alert. There's so
My
many
headphones are on fire.
hot take alert. There's a few like good action movies that like could easily be my favorite. And I'm gonna ring them off right now. Mad Max, Fury Road,
You stole mine. Fuck.
Casino Royale,
Oh, hell yeah.
and kind of just like Terminator 1 and 2.
Which one?
One.
Okay, 1 and 2. Yeah, yeah.
It's
I'll
like
take
those
that.
like those are all very solid.
Those are amazing movies.
I knew you were gonna be Mad Max. Like,
Well, yeah, I think Mad Max is probably like my favorite action movie. Well, actually, no, never mind. Um, yeah, I've got quite a few. Because I know a lot of people who ask me this question are looking for like one definitive answer. Usually, I go with the easy pick, Pulp Fiction, just because it might not be the best movie ever made, but it is 100% my favorite.
yeah,
I don't know if I've seen a movie more times than I've rewatched Pulp Fiction. I can't even count. I couldn't even tell you like exactly how many times I've watched Pulp Fiction. I've watched it so many times, and there's just so many quotables. There's so many scenes that are just burned in my memory, and
that's
just like
true.
some of the best scenes in like all of movies. There's just so much to love about Pulp Fiction.
Pulp Fiction's a solid movie, but
Yeah,
I think
it's a very solid movie.
yeah, I think I'll stick with my list.
I'm a big fan of horror movies as well.
Yeah,
Some of my favorite horror movies are like The Shining, Misery, the original Alien.
I don't really like rank. I don't really watch good horror movies. I kind of watch like the shitty shits.
There are a lot of shitty horror. I don't know if there's another genre that is more like open to just garbage movies than the horror genre. But when there are really good movies, they are like really good.
I got the next question. I got this.
Okay. All right.
What is the worst and most annoying film of all time? Do you want
Just
me
the worst movie or
No,
like
just
most
like
annoying?
just like the most just like you're like a movie you would be like you're in the theaters like this fucking sucks. Cuz I have mine.
I mean,
And you know mine.
that's a lot of movies for me. There's legit last night I was sitting in a theater going, this movie fucking sucks.
Star Wars?
Unfortunately.
Garrett says it sounds good, but because he used to read the whole script, I was like, I don't know how you can read the whole
Where did he
script.
find the whole script?
Bro, he found the whole leaked script, or like plot
fuck?
summary or something. Like
Why would you read that? Legit, why would you read that?
that shit takes so much effort to read.
Oh
No,
my
but
god.
my worst movie, we all know. We all know. Everybody who's ever heard me rant about one movie, I don't rant about movies, but
I do actually know what this is.
I only ranted about one movie in this decade, and it is 47 meters goddamn fucking down. And we should have just left those
knew it.
goddamn
I knew
divers
it.
to die with the goddamn cameraman, because that movie fucking sucks with their goddamn flashlight every 2 seconds. Here, wait, can't see shit. You're in a dark room, your pupils are really big. Oh, let's just white. That's fucking serum. That's serum.
But Jackson, it makes the movie more intense.
Really, seeing a white screen, thinking you're entering the gates of heaven, makes the inevitable death more interesting. They made a second one. Where the hell, like this? I didn't even.
Oh, they did Uncaged.
Yeah, because a shark can live in a fucking underwater cave lake with clearly no signs of life in it.
It's Aquaman's lair.
No signs of life in it. no goddamn science. You tell me that's salt water? Huh? 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 Middle of Mexico? I don't know where it is, but that stuff, you see that all over Mexico, so. Uh-huh.
Yeah. Man, hearing you rant about 47 meters down is very entertaining.
All they do is make sharks look bad. That's all they do. Like, they don't get enough shit. What do they do in your goddamn day? To just go in, ruin your shit, you're like, let's get them back. What do they do? Nothing. They were just enjoying their Mickey D's in peace.
They were just hungry. I'd say for me, I don't typically think about what the worst movie is. But when you said annoying, one film popped in my mind, and that was A Wrinkle in Time.
A Wrinkle in Time?
Yes. The Disney movie that was based off of a book of the same name. It was directed by Ava DuVernay, who also directed a movie called Selma, which was fantastic. So she goes from directing Selma, which is not only like the most historically accurate movie of all time, as proven by like taking a look at what actually happened in the movie comparatively to history. Not only that, but it proved that movies based on true stories can follow exactly what happened without losing your interest, because it's still like a consistently good movie.
Mm-hmm.
And then Disney hires her, and she goes out and directs this fucking god-awful adaptation of an already like pretty just at best average book about finding your true self, because what's more Disney than that? And it's because the book came out in like the 80s, so when everybody was reading it, they were imagining this like fantastical world of like all these cool settings and stuff like that. It's a book that lets your imagination run wild. The story's kind of garbage, but it's like it lets your imagination run with it. So what does A Wrinkle in Time do? It throws a bunch of colors in your face and terrible CGI and legit a large majority of the soundtrack are pop songs.
Oh god.
And it is so fucking like I got a headache watching that movie. I legit like I got a headache. It's so rare that I can tell you that a movie made me physically ill. Like that and Cloverfield are just, I mean, I'm sure somewhere in Cloverfield is a good, well done movie. I just can't bring myself to go and watch it again because I might throw up again. And I can't bring myself to watch A Wrinkle in Time again because, I mean, with that, it's like I'm going to get a headache again. And also, I'm going to have to relive the traumatic experience of watching that movie because unlike Cloverfield, where I can see some potential, there is nothing in A Wrinkle in Time. I can confidently say that A Wrinkle in Time is the biggest waste of your time that you could possibly imagine.
That's why it says Wrinkle in Time.
Yeah, it is a wrinkle in your time in human. Like it is a movie that I legit thought about after. I rarely do this with anything, but I got out of the theater and I'm like, I am never going to get that back. That is 2 hours of my life that I am like. My kids are gonna ask me one day, Clay, what, Granddad Clay, what was your least favorite experience in life after these long 80 years that you lived? I'm going to be like, well, kids, I saw A Wrinkle in Time.
No, not A Wrinkle in Time.
And A Wrinkle in Time, I thought those were just legends.
They were nothing.
I thought they were just kids' tales. I'm like, no.
No.
I was there.
Oh, what was if they're like...
I have like a scar on my eye.
No, what was if they're like, Clay, what is A Wrinkle in Time? And you're in your chair and you just fall over, start like PTSD, just shaking, like breakdown. That'd be
just have like
funny.
A Hodor moment, just shaking.
Hodor.
A Wrinkle in Time.
A Wrinkle in Time. A Wrinkle in Time. That'd be funny.
We're approaching the end of the questions list here.
Oh.
What is your favorite music artist / band? So you can either have two answers or you can just be like one or the other.
His name is Malone of Post. Austin Richard Post, and I'm here to play you some shitty music and get drunk while doing it. It's gonna stick with me, I think, my whole life. That was
Yeah, I do gotta respect him for that.
I'm here to play you some shitty music and get drunk while doing it. I'm like, yeah, fuck yeah.
Yeah, no, that would be a pretty fun concert, I'd imagine.
Mm-hmm.
For me, I don't know if I have a definitively favorite artist. I do like Frank Ocean quite a bit, so I'd say if I had to pick one, it would probably be him. But just who I'm listening to right now, listening to a lot of JPEG Mafia, who is a phenomenal rapper. I highly recommend everyone listening to this who doesn't know of JPEG Mafia go out and listen to JPEG Mafia. Hell, if you do know JPEG Mafia, even just go listen to him more. Just do it more.
Just do it more, damn it.
Like, I guarantee, no matter how much you're doing it, you're not showing him enough appreciation. Okay, and I guess the last one. We're at the end of the road. And because we're both primarily gamers, I thought this would be a fitting way to end. What is your favorite game?
Oh God, what is my favorite game?
Mm-hmm.
Oh God, we've literally spent nights, like we've literally spent hours on end on PlayStation, just literally discussing games. Like there's been times we start the conversation at like 10, and we're up till like 4 in the morning on the same conversation. It's a very deep conversation. Because, like, you can, like,
it's
talk nostalgia. Like, oh, is nostalgia an important factor? Or is it the quality of the game, your enjoyment in the game? But I think it is time to settle. Scalpel. Thank you. My favorite game. I feel like I'm doing, like... And the winner is... the best actor, not Leonardo DiCaprio, because
the game of the year goes to
Super Mario Brothers 2. Baby,
still the king after all these years.
I think and the winner is of best game of all time for Jackson is Borderlands 2.
You think definitively Borderlands 2?
There was a long like silence, but yes.
Like I was waiting for you to say Sly 2.
If Sly 2 made a return, I could play it on the PS4 with the PS4 controllers. It might be able to challenge, but just the PS2 and PS3 controllers kind of garbage.
Yeah.
DualShock 4 is far superior. Trash. DualShock 4.
Yeah. I'm excited to see what they do with the DualShock 5.
I don't think they need to change much. I love the DualShock 4. Make it better.
They could make it like a little bigger, maybe. Like maybe make the Pro controller like the regular size.
Yeah.
I don't know, but yeah, you're right. They don't need to do much to improve.
We will see.
All right. For me, I think Jackson knows what I'm gonna say. Yeah. It's a bit of a controversial pick, but it's my opinion. My favorite game of all time is Knack 2.
I almost fell out of my seat.
No. For real though, it's Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 5. Okay, for real, it's Bloodborne. My favorite game of all time is Bloodborne. Mainly because
they say blood in every single line of that game. That's why you like it so much.
I mean, yeah. I just have a blood fetish, and Bloodborne quenches that.
God, that's disgusting. Even if that's false, that's disgusting.
Yeah, it is not a pleasant thought. Yeah, Bloodborne is just everything I want in a video game. It's got a really cool aesthetic. It's got a very nice world to explore. The gameplay is very fast, fun, and exciting. There's just a constant sense of dread as you're just walking down these like insanely, like sometimes really tight and just like darkly lit corridors, and just all these locations you go to, they're all different from one another. Like you'll never go to a place that even remotely looks similar to another like part of the map that you already explored or you already killed a boss in. And that's the thing, the bosses are fucking amazing. Even the ones that suck are infinitely better than like any other game's bosses. Like all these other fucking third-person shooters where the boss is just, oh man, it's a big mech thing, take it down, and then you just shoot it a bunch. Even then, it's like, even then the worst bosses in Bloodborne are way better than that. Fucking miles ahead. And like every single aspect of Bloodborne is just so insanely well designed, and it's just a really fun time. I like it a lot. Also, the character creator.
I think that was a perfect way to end it.
So I think that's it then.
That was a great first podcast. Just over 2 hours runtime.
That was a wonderful first podcast. We promise they won't be this long every time. I'd say the only reason it would get to this length again is like
if we get high, we start talking some shit. Now, if we get toasted, we is gonna be on this for. You're gonna be getting a 4-hour podcast.
We're gonna be on cloud 9.
Yeah, but
it was. I'd say the only reason we'll ever get this long again is if we're covering like a special event like E3 or something, which we will do when it comes to that time.
I do like idea of like an E3 podcast.
Yeah.
Like a wrap up.
Invite a couple people on, see what they think.
Yeah.
I guess the way to end this is just to promise the future of the podcast. I don't know what our like. I think we're gonna talk about this shortly after this call is, or well, not call, but just like after this recording is done. But we'll discuss what topics we want to cover in the next few episodes. We'll discuss having some people on, some familiar faces, some not familiar faces. We'll see how it goes.
Maybe Samuel L. Jackson if we get lucky.
Yeah, it's Samuel L. Jackson, friend of the show. Come on the CJ Taste.
A guy named Chad, if you are watching this, you are invited.
Oh, yes. Because guy named Chad, you are our hero, and we want to have you on this podcast.
You can be guest number 1.
Absolutely. If you choose to accept it.
Yes.
This message will self-destruct in 5 seconds.
1,
2, 3, 4, 5.